mean it's good. Welcome to the 15th Floor, a Radiohead reaction podcast where a Gen X father tries to convince his Gen Z son that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time by introducing him to Radiohead music one song at a time. When he listens, he reacts for the first time, and I get to talk about how much I love this song and why it contributes to that very theory, fact, that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time. I don't usually wear sports jerseys. It's for a younger crowd, but I've had this one for a long time, hence a player that hasn't played for the Seahawks for a number of years, but it is Monday night. It is week 1 of NFL football, and somehow the Seattle Seahawks pulled off a win against the Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. If you're a Denver fan, if you're from Denver, or one of those posers who live far away from Denver who pretends to like Denver, I'm sorry, but it was a really great night for us because, let's face it, the Seahawks are not going to be good this year, and they pulled off a great victory. So it's awesome. It was awesome, so I felt like I had to wear it, even though it's an old Earl Thomas jersey. It was either this or my old Sean Alexander jersey from 2005. I had to go with this. I almost wore my Mariners jersey because they had a great game against the Braves. And if you're an Atlanta fan, I'm sorry, but that was a great game. It was a good weekend for our sports teams. If you're here for Radiohead and reaction podcast stuff, then you've just been bored out of your mind for the last minute and a half. But that's why I am wearing this jersey proudly. Right, Jacob?
Yep.
All right. Last time we did Mixomatosis, a song that I love. A lot of fun, a lot of noise, a lot of crunchiness. Not a lot of views. That's might be our fault. We just haven't been posting a lot. We've got more and more subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I wish I could convince you that we're going to do more of these. We really will do more of them. We're just starting to get back into the schedule of school and stuff. But we're gonna try to bring it up with something a little more exciting then. So we're gonna go to In Rainbows, 2006 In Rainbows. Today we're doing 15 Step, the lead track of the In Rainbows album. What do you remember about In Rainbows, the album?
It's popular.
It is popular. I would say that In Rainbows, I think if you were to conduct a Radiohead poll, you'd find that people either their favorite album is either OK Computer or In Rainbows. You'll probably find a lot of outliers where people will say something else. I would be an outlier probably. But I think these are the two that would really take most of the votes there. I feel like the younger generation leans toward In Rainbows a little bit more, and the older generation leans toward OK Computer, and that just happens to do with the fact that they came out 9 years apart and 2 generations apart, even though it was only 9 years. Beautiful music. Hail to the Thief was not divisive, but a little bit, people were unsure, and then In Rainbows came out, and it was just unanimously praised. And this is the lead track. I guess that's all I can say about it. It was requested by Kenny Gunawan, Inverse Midas again, Bathrobe Warrior, all asked us to do this. I will say, and we don't have a comment for later, I'm going to a shout out to Ritzau, who makes lots of comments, who said, I believe I recommended Down is the New Up on a few times, and I shall do it so again. I was ready with Down is the New Up. I was getting ready. We're going to go to In Rainbows Disc 2, but after Mixomatosis didn't get quite the views we wanted, I thought, let's stay a little bit more on the well-known side. So we're going to go 15 Step. Lots of excitement, lots of energy. This is 15 Step.
Come on.
sounds like they were trying to go for a pop song. Like, I don't know. It doesn't sound like Radiohead. I don't know what. Maybe it doesn't sound like a pop song, but it sounds like something, and I don't know what that something is.
There is something unique to it, and that is that you've got electronic music giving way to manned instruments played by the band. And I've said this about other songs, but you feel a electronic robotic change into something more organic and alive. But now that you've stopped it, I'll bring out one of the most common points about this song is its very unusual time signature, which is 5/4 time, which makes it extremely difficult for Westerners like you and me, for pop music enthusiasts, to clap along. In fact, they openly admit that part of the unusual time signature and beat is to challenge people to be uncomfortable, to have to take the ride in the song and not feel like they're ever comfortable or they have a full grip or understanding of it. And if you're live clapping along, this song is going to drive you nuts because you will get it wrong, because we are programmed to a 4/4, maybe even waltzy 3/4 time signature in the West.
I don't know how I was supposed to feel about that. I didn't feel anything. Maybe, I don't know. The only thing I felt, I was just talking about it to you, was the eerie keyboard. And I really wish I knew more of the song's meaning and stuff, so I can say, wow, they put in this eerie keyboard, and then say that makes sense because the song felt like that would fit the mood, or that doesn't make sense because I didn't feel it fit the mood. But I don't know because I wasn't paying attention to the mood of the song. Well, I was trying to pay attention, but I didn't really know the mood of the song.
Yeah. It almost sounds like a dance-happy song, but it's really about the failures in life, putting so much effort into something and failing at it, and the inevitability of death.
Okay, yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
Which are things that Tom York thinks a lot about. Again, it's hard because you don't know this song. I know this song, and I can look forward to all the little nuances of it. I can look forward to when Ed, well, like you said, when that long keyboard note plays. I can look forward to when Colin really picks up the bass, or just when Johnny first comes in on his guitar and feels completely. I mean, it works. It works perfect. It works great, but he feels like he's in a separate room, disconnected from the rest of it. And I can look forward to all that stuff. You just have to listen for the listenability of it, and it's like a lot of In Rainbows, especially the fact that this is track one of In Rainbows. It's setting you up for an entire album. It really is. I'm not just saying that because it doesn't have a big climax, it doesn't have a big bridge, it doesn't have a huge callback yet, because it's setting you up for the rest of the album. And because of the way we're doing this, you don't get to hear it that way. As a standalone song, it's fun. I think it's fun. It makes you uncomfortable in your comfort in the song. It makes you uncomfortable about where you're at in the song. The song is going to keep going, and you're going to have to figure out. You can't hold it back. I've always liked the children's. You can hear them in the back kind of shout, yeah, yeah. And I think they're also doing some clapping, which means they would have had to get some kids that know something about music in there. But there's just something very brick in the wall about bringing in kids to do a part on a popular song. It still gets heavy, but I like the amount of warm tones and good, well-rounded notes there are in this song. Considering the off-putting subject matter, it's actually a really warm, open, full sounding song, that if it had a true honest chorus, you could really probably sink your teeth into a little bit more because you're more familiar with that style of music. Some great live performances. The one I really recommend, if you're going to watch it, you'll really enjoy watching. I think the Grammy performance is great. I love the USC marching band playing the percussion on this. I think what's especially delicious about that live performance is that Gwyneth Paltrow introduces them, and Gwyneth Paltrow is the ex-wife of Chris Martin, who's the lead singer of Coldplay, and she just gushes over about how great Radiohead is, and I just think, that's good. But it's a great performance, a lot of energy by Tom York. Great to see an entire percussion, a great marching band, trombones, tubas, baritones, they're all right there, and an interesting rendition of it. The In the Basement stuff is great. In the Basement is really very true to the album version for when it comes to this song. What would you give it as a score?
It's hard between a 6.5 and a 7, just because it's unique and it was pretty fun. And if it came on randomly, I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it, maybe for a bit, maybe the whole song. But again, I don't know what it was. It just was hard for me to feel something.
Okay. Yeah, no emotional attachment to it yet because you haven't heard the rest of the album. Of course, we're gonna call it a 7 because 7 is what you really feel. Let's go to the kids' artwork before we talk about anything else. This is her drawing. It's a girl saying "What happened?" and the other girl saying "I don't know." And I think there's more to it than just I'm gonna grab a couple of one lyric. We used to be all right. What happened? They used to be all right. What happened? I didn't ask her the meaning behind these patches in the clothing of the girl on the right. She looks quite distraught. There's a lot to be read into that. The one on the left looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. So that's a second shout out to Gwyneth Paltrow in one video. And then his says, take a step back. And the other guy says, okay. So good luck taking a step to 15 step.
Yep.
I know for Radiohead fans, especially because it's on In Rainbows, I think 15 Step is a favorite, but In Rainbows is really hard to take in one song at a time and hear it one time and say, what do you think of that? I think there were some songs the first time I listened to In Rainbows that immediately I thought, okay, that's very good, and it wasn't until I listened to the whole thing beginning to end a couple of times before I realized how the whole album worked together. So thoughts on that, about the purpose of, about the importance of In Rainbows. Next, I think we're going to go to, let's go back to A Moon-Shaped Pool. Deck's Dark, Daydreaming, I don't know what you guys want to do there. Identikit, if you guys have any recommendations from A Moon-Shaped Pool, let's go there. Like I said, I didn't pick out a comment this time. There weren't a lot of comments on Mixomatoses, but I just wanted to let Ritzau know that we were on the same page. And we'll get to Down Is the New Up and to more of those B-sides or disc 2s. If you know a Radiohead fan who hasn't seen our channel yet, go ahead and tell them all about it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, subscribe, hit that notification button. If you haven't liked all our videos, go back, like all our videos, make comments. We read all the comments. I'm sorry I didn't get to Mixomatosis. Usually I get back and I get the chance to kind of respond to a lot of the comments, but I didn't get a chance to do that. Hopefully our schedule starts easing up a little bit. Continue to love one another. Keep listening to music together. You're now leaving
The 15th floor.